Hello, here we go. This is going to be a live video chat show, arts and crafts for adults because we use sharp things and stuff. But we're also a chat room where we interact with people in the chat room as we go along, and we like to have a little social time when we do that. So, I have to get my thing up on YouTube. I don't know why I can't do this beforehand. It just won't let me do it beforehand. But there we are. Here we be. So we're going to do some marble painting today with marbles. I've lost my marbles, Candy. Hi, Candy. I've lost my marbles. Now, what did I do with that paper in my hand? I had some paper over here. So, hi, pretty girl. Is this somebody I know? Auntie Beth. Who knows Aunt Bessie? Who's pretty girl? I need a name. I'll get all excited if it's somebody I know. I don't know who it is. Somebody that likes pretty girls. My first guess, Aaron. Okay, Aaron. Good. I'm glad you're here. Ellen's here. Good to see you. You had me going there for a minute. Yes, you did. So, we're going to do some marble painting. I don't know if you all know about that, but it's something that I do from time to time. And I got me some brand new brushes from Amazon. I got these little short stubby brushes and they're good for stenciling. And look what I did just a few minutes ago. I used one stencil and two colors. I did it in green and then I moved it down a little bit and did it in the brown on top of the green. And I'm so in love. I'm so in love with this new technique. So we're going to do some of that tonight too, I guess. Oh, you're welcome, Ellen. Okay. So I know I'm going to do it again and show you how I did it. It was real easy. It takes a little time because you have to re-ink your brush every time you go do a little bit. You have to ink it up some more, but they are brand new ones, so there's no ink on them. So once I get some ink on all of them, it probably won't take that long to as long as it will the first time you use a brush. But anyway, that's and then I had this card here from Brenda, and it's a hidden pocket. And look at this little girl. She's just perfect for this page. So she went right there. And I've got some more happy mail. I got some happy mail from Carol. Carol's Crafting Corner from Canada. And she sent me a quilt square, and I'm so proud of it. Um, she sews. She does a lot of hand sewing, and so I don't know if I can count how many things on here that she has done, but she had made the clock like a little yo-yo of some sort, and she stitched around the round part with gold thread. Then she did the Roman numbers, and then this is a brad to make the key the arms on the clock, and then she stitched this little rose garden down here, and I'm thinking she did every single one of those knots by hand. If I had to guess, she did all of that. And then there's all kinds of layers on there. This lace is on the background, and then there's a piece of fancy paper or fabric there with some embroidered flowers on it, and then and she even did the little round thing on the top of the clock. And then this is a little plastic card, and it's got stenciling on it, and it's mixed media. And then there's a couple of more fabrics over here. There's two more, and then this little strip here, and she stitched there. She stitched all around everything, and did layer and layer and layers, and I just think it's darling. And then on the back side, but wait, there's more. She did sign her name on there very lightly, but it is on there, and she made a little pocket back here, and she did write it down here too. My quiet corner. So that's good. I'm glad she did that. And then there's a tag in the pocket on the back if I want to do some journaling or something. So I thought, and then she sent me this little piece of lace in the envelope, and I said I'm going to hang this one up because you can see both sides, and I don't want to glue it down because there's stuff on the back too. So, but you can see all those little stitches and different layers of fabric. And this is a nice quilting square. I have to admit, uh, uh, when I did this, I had a suggestion in the chat room, and the girl says, "Why don't you do quilt squares?" And I said, "Okay." I was just trying to please the chat room, and I said, "Okay, we haven't done it. We'll try it. We'll do it." And I'm not a quilter, and I do sew, but it's more of repairing. I used to sew when I was in high school, and I would sew all my high school clothes and stuff like that. But as an adult, I still have the same sewing machine, but I use it for crafts now. And I think Joe uses the sewing machine more than I do when he needs to put a hem in a pair of shorts or a pair of pants or something. He sews. He likes to sew. So, but I was really surprised how uh, everybody participated in this quilt square trade. How nice it turned out to be. But this was, and it's lots of blue on there, so it's hanging up on my knob in my collection. And she did send me a little bit of happy mail from the Rocky Mountains. I've got a sticker. Woohoo! So it'll go in the happy mail. I have a happy mail box over here that I will put these little things in. So thank you so much, Carol. I love it. So hi, Lynn. Uh, so Marty's here. Debbie's here. Who's your mama? Is Debbie. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. And anybody else I missed? Probably up in the balcony. That's hello, hello, everybody. So I do have a little box over here that we might get into next time. And I put all the leftover Happy Meal in it. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's not going to, well, she might be going to the balcony. She's with her grandchildren. Enjoy, Lisa. Enjoy your children. Enjoy them. Absolutely. So, so I'm going to put this over to the side for the moment. And I'll show you how I did my stenciling. Um, it turned out really super cute, like I said. But I used this stencil, and I did two. I picked two colors, and I just take this and do a dab on the ink, and I just do these little swirlies around and around and around. This is how they teach you how to do stenciling back in the day when I learned how to do stenciling. They had you pounce and swirl. And I discovered that this thing made little dots too, as I get into the ink. Every now and then you get a little hole there, but it worked out good on the picture. It looks good with a few extra dots on there. I liked it. So it does take a few minutes and a little patience, and you get it down. So I hope everybody's doing okay. Good to see you. So you get some light and some darker shades in there, which is a-okay with me. So you have to dab, dab, dab a lot. And you could probably do this with paint. I would just wash your brush out every time if you did it with paint. And these being done with ink, I don't think I'm going to have to wash them out every time. Lynn's going to have to charge her phone. Okay, Lynn. Well, don't need that right now. I just have to hold my hand down so that my stencil doesn't slide. That way when I can go back over an area if I think it's not covered enough. Just a little dab will do you. So, hi, Diane. Hi, honey. Good morning. What are you going to do today? It's morning time for her. She's in front of us. So anyway, last night I was watching Anne because I missed her during the day. It was something like that. Her Anne and she had Devin Rex on as a guest, and they were working in the Force book. And so I was watching the replay, okay, because I was out yesterday. I had an appointment, so by the time I got home, I was just relaxing a little bit, and and Devin said, "Oh, Carol is going to be interviewing tonight. My quiet corner, Carol, in our room. She was going to be interviewed by I want to say Hazel. Was it Hazel? She was being interviewed, and she gave me the link, and I just clicked on she gave the link in the chat replay. So I just went and she was coming on like in 5 minutes, and it was 5 till 7 last night when I went in there. And so anyway, I got to see Carol being interviewed by this sweet lady, and so I shared it out in my Facebook group, and I think some of the girls saw that and came on over. I'm hoping that's how they found out about it, because I didn't know this lady, and also Carol shouted it out in some of the Facebook groups that she was in yesterday, saying, "Hey, I'm going to be interviewed by so and so. Come and watch me." She was inviting everybody to come as well. But anyway, she had a nice crowd of usins in there, and and of course I've known Carol since before I started streaming. And by the way, I did get an anniversary notification from YouTube announcing I've been streaming for 7 years now, and it's March, and March was, I think, March the 19th was when I started streaming 7 years ago. So happy anniversary to Beth. And but that's amazing. I've been doing this for 7 years. I can't believe it. But anyway, Carol did a nice interview, and she was asking in depth questions. She was really getting into it. Wasn't, well, what do you do? What are you doing when you stream? It wasn't just, no, no. How did you get started? It was very it was just like a news journalist would do it. Very professional, I want to say. And I'm curious to know uh, I'm curious to know what profession she was in to be able to be so thorough in her questioning, and I was impressed. And so I, of course, I was in the audience, and I said, ask her about her scroll. Ask her about her sewing and her watercolors. And she did say, watercolors was her first love. And I believe it, because I got something with a watercolor on it, and I don't know where it is, but it's in this room. And I had it out not a few years ago. It might still be up here on my desk, believe it or not. I might still have it here. But but she's very good at watercoloring. And I knew her when she had a different channel name. And so, but anyway, she has since then, she's moved, and she's gone clear across the North America. She went clear to the other coast, and she's living with her son, and living the life over there. Is what I can say. She's she's into leather. She's into wood. She's into all kinds of good stuff. So I think I used the green and the brown together, but I don't think it's going to matter. I do think I'm going to have to take these little strings off. I don't think I'm going to be ever using them. They kind of get in my way. But anyway, I'll offset this stencil, and I'm going to go over it again with the brown. But anyway, it was a nice interview, and there was a bunch of us in there. Marty was in there, and I don't remember. Candy, were you in there last night? Did you see it? And there was a few of us in there. And so that was my excitement for last night. So this is giving it the two-tone effect. And I want to make up some marble paper and maybe try the same colors. Shades of green and maybe a brown on top. We can try it. Here we go. Yes, she was in there. I thought, yeah. And I thought I was very proud of our arting community supporting Carol like that. She was happy that we were all there. She was real happy. And she kept saying, I don't know this girl. Do you know her? And Carol goes, yeah, yeah, she was waving. She goes, yeah, that's one of mine. That's one of mine. It was so cute. It was a very successful interview, I have to say. Um, I'll have to see if I can't. Well, it's in my Facebook group. I posted the link in my Facebook group if you want to go watch Carol and her last night. I think it was Hazel. So, hi, April. Come on in. My arms are getting tired. And believe it or not, it's my hand that's holding the stencil down. I'm holding it down for, like, like, I got to make sure it doesn't move. And I don't have to hold it quite that tight. But I am. And that's hurting the muscle in my arm. So, anybody else been doing anything today? Been watching any videos? That's all I watch. I watch YouTube. Everything I watch is in YouTube. Okay, just a little bit more here. I think I'm done. So you don't have to go over it super perfect, because look at it. Isn't that cool? And all the extra dots where I pounced with my brush comes up. Those extra dots come up, and it just goes with it. Hi, April. I learned how to do this today, and I got so excited with the stencil and my new brushes. So I was showing these off, April, and I'm going to put this away over here, just over here. And we might do some more of this after a while. I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking about painting tonight, and I thought, well, I'd like to make up some paper, and you can still doodle on this. You know, you can continue to doodle with an ink pen on this to continue to build. This would be a great background for an ATC paper with all of this in the background. That would be nice. So anyway, I'm going to get my marbles out. I got my marbles here before I lose them. And I'm going to get some green paint. And I think I'm going to use 2 shades of green and a brown. I'll get a light brown. So how many of you all not seen my marble paper? Hi, Sharon. Have you all seen me do marble paper? I need an inventory. Ellen hasn't seen it. Oh, hold on to your hat, Ellen. Here we go. Let me straighten my camera up. And I'll move it up here. Here we go. Oh, April hasn't seen it. Woohoo! Okay, it's real easy. You just have to find your marbles. So you start off with a couple of drops of paint and a couple of shades. And I've got 2 greens and a brown. We'll take that off. It's okay. And you don't need that's probably too much paint. You'll see. But it doesn't look like that much paint. So you just literally go back and forth with your marbles. This is a good way to use up your old paint. And you have marble paint. So you have to just pick, and I'm using cardstock. If you use copy tape paper, it's too thin. This is not real thick cardstock, but it is cardstock. They don't make cardstock like they used to. So I'm going to use the green again, and maybe a gold. Maybe a gold. So, and this is nothing new. It's been around since kindergarten days. And I'm gonna get something shiny. And I've got I think a bronze color here. Yeah, get some bronzy in there. And then we go again. Here we go. And you can go over it as much as you want or as little as you want. And I have found that less is more. Hi, Jackie. So the next time you go to the Dollar Tree, get you a bag of marbles. And I like the lines, the striations that it makes. You see the striations patterns? I like all that. So I'm going to let these dry. I got the fan on. So if you want to shout out some colors for me to use, now would be a good time to shout out some colors. What would you think looked good? Orange and green, yellow. Um, about about this many. You don't have to count them. Uh, when you get a bag of marbles, you might get this many, or maybe half more. Maybe this is just half of a bag, but it comes in these little bags, and fish netting bags from the Dollar Tree. At least I like to have at least enough for the end to fill up the end. Uh, Maybe 2 rows of your box. Uh, but this is like a row and a half, 2 row, maybe a little bit more, almost 2 rows. But I'm not counting, just enough to roll back and forth. Now you can use other round items like beads and things, but your beads need to be glass. The plastic ones won't roll; they'll get stuck in the paint and stay there, and it just makes a mess. So plastic beads are too lightweight. But anything heavy that's round, um, you can find these the vase marbles as well, uh, that you put in the bottom of vases. But they need to be the round ones, not the half flat ones. Uh, so anything you can find that's uh, round will work. And I'm trying to think what other round things, but the marbles work the best. I think I'm going to put a splash of orange on here. A darker orange. And if you do combo colors like yellow and blue, then they will mix and some of it'll be yellow, blue, and green. You will have green in on your paper, and I love doing that. And I love doing road map colors. So you have the blue and the yellow and the red. Makes a pretty marble paper. So that's got some. Now, if you think that I have too much orange on that and you're not really happy with that, just add another color on top of it. So it's a hi Steffi. She's been busy. Okay, you rest. So I'll add some green. And little amounts is better than putting too much in, because then you can always add more. And like I said, it's you have to know when to stop. So I'm going to try gold on top of that. And you'll have all your paint out for sure. And this is a box that came with some file folders that I had ordered, and I saved the lid. You can use a shirt box lid. You can also use a small can lid, box like this size from the grocery store when you buy your canned goods. And if there's an empty box laying there, you just take that empty box. They won't care if you take it at the grocery store. And I think I'm going to add some yellow. I've done it too much. So we'll just do a few more on this and then I'll quit. But the sky's the limit on stuff that you get to play with. Okay, I'm going to quit on this one. I got too much on it. But that's okay. Sometimes you get, mud, right? But it's not mud. It's something. So I like to do the yellow and the blue. Let's use yellow and blue. And if you do purple and red together, blue and red, you'll get a little bit of purple mixed in. And I like doing that too. And then if you get the orange and the pink going, well, that's good too. You can get some pink in the orange or pink in the red that makes orange or something. Now this is all watery, so I want to use this one up. It's got all watery in it. I think that's why it was on sale. So get ready to watch for some green. Of course, I did have a little bit of green on the marbles, but it doesn't roll off too much. So see, you got green in there. How about that? Running out of space. I just wanted to make a few pieces. I didn't want to make very many. Hi, Carol. I've been talking about you. Were your ears burning? Now this is what was left over on the marbles. I lost the marble. Gabby. Oh, I thought, okay, yes. April says, all right. Come on in. I was showing everybody your quilting square, Carol. And did you do all of those French knots right there? Did you do every one of those little French French knots? Yes. I knew you did. That little corner is enough to blow me away. But I was noticing everything that you did on each one of these with the gold watch, and you stuffed it, and you did the Roman numerals, and you used a brad for the arms, and you even still uh, stitched around the winding part, and a chain would have been good on this if you had gone up with the chain. And I love the mixed media and all of the little different fabrics and stitches, and the pocket in the back was just icing. And I decided that I didn't want to glue this one down in the book. You had sent me a little piece of lace in the Happy Mail part, so I stitched a thread in it, and it's the hanger now. It's just the hanger, so it's hanging up here. Yeah, forever and ever, right there. So you took apart your scroll to make alley squares, little squares. Yes, it has all kinds of fun stories on it. I can tell you right now. So let's see. I've got a little bit of green on here. What other color you want me to put on there? How about a blue, purpley blue? So we're making a few sheets of marble paper. Hi, Bonnie. Come on in. Uh-oh. This is goopy. I'm not putting any more out. Most of you have seen me do marble paper. That's pretty. My blue paint was kind of thick right there, but it's moving around. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to put some more lime on it. Oh my goodness, Bonnie's a newbie too. Okay. It's fun to do. And you get painting papers. It's like jelly plating, you know, in a way. Now I had too much green on there, so I'm going to go back to the blue till I get a happy medium. Let's see if I can't do just a little bit more blue. And it is goopy. It's real thickish. And that was probably some of that paint I got on sale, and that's why it was on sale. There was been on the shelves too long. So we'll put some more blue. There. blending it in. This would be pretty background paper for ATC cards too. Okay, I'm running out of room, and I did 5 sheets. Shall we just leave it at that? Oh boy, you got a Michael's gift card, and you went and bought some paints and fabric tack glue. That's great. Could you put the collars on the marbles? Yes. You can put the collars instead of making the blobs on the paper. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I just wanted to give you all a little a quick peek. And so I will put my marbles back in my little bag. I usually use a baggie, and there's another bag of these uh, on my desk here that and then I'm going to throw the box away. I'm not going to keep the box because I get boxes every so often for all kinds of stuff. Now I can throw this away, and then I've got some marbles down on the floor. I know there's one. I don't know how many I dropped. I saw one. I see that one. I guess that was all. So we'll save our marbles. And you got to make sure you keep your marbles in the same place so you won't lose your marbles. Because it's easy to lose your marbles, which I have done before. So, all right. That's right, Ellen. I don't want to lose my marbles. I have lost them before, but they'll go. I've got underneath the shelves here, I have a stash of a few things that are precious, and my marbles are one of the precious items that I keep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's see. This is March the 5th. March the 5th. And I'll put these paints away. We had fun with that, and we can make them. You can make it any time. You don't have to make them all up at once. And you can use stencils with them if you wanted marble over top of a stencil. You can do that, and I would advise big stencils over the little stencils. And you will get paint all over your arms because I've got paint on the back of my arms now where I've touched it. So we got our desk back. So here's what we've made. I'll get the hair dryer out. That's right, Marty. It's easy to lose them. But we used to do this in kindergarten and church and vacation Bible school. And it's supposed to teach, I don't know what it teaches kids. It teaches kids how to make a mess, how to blend. I'm sure there's some kind of a educational answer of what that's supposed to do to our kids. This one I do like. It's real St. Patrick-ish. And if I did this in some really pretty colors, like some pink and purples, I just wanted to do green tonight. But you can use this painting papers for your some of the sketches that we draw. You can punch them. And I found my St. Patty's Day box. I have a St. Patty's Day shoebox over here. I'll show you everything in it. It's got a bunch of junk in it. Okay, Angie. Uh, yeah, this box belonged to my mother, and she had a little tree that she decorated every month. And March was St. Patty's Day, and I've got most of the decorations in here. Yes, it is. Um, it's. I've got a lot of my mother's art stuff. I do. She was my inspiration all my life doing arting. She was my first love. She always had craft supplies for us to play with. We always had scissors and papers and newspapers and funny papers. You can make stuff out of those all the time. And she used funny papers a lot of time just for wrapping paper. We didn't we didn't have a lot of money to go out and get wrapping paper for 5 kids. She just used funny papers. Or she would bring it out in a bag, and we would just open the bag. She did that a lot too. But I like this one for today, maybe. Maybe we can use this one today. So we did some painting papers. And these look very Irish. This one's got the bronze on it. This one's got the brown. And then this one's got the gold. And I ended up putting extra layers on that one. But you could go back and lay this down in the box and just do black on top of it. That would look cute. Uh, you know, then you could do a neurographic thing. Well, anyway, I'm going to put these over here to the side for now. And I did start a prayer journal the other day. If anybody wants me to put the name on the prayer chain, it sounds like I need to put Angie on there. She went to the doctor's. She must be coughing. And she's throwing up. Okay. Nothing about me falling out of bed. Oh, heavens. Angie, don't fall out of bed. I'm going to put your name down here. See if I found a pen. Okay, I got your name in here. And Debbie, okay. And family. Absolutely. I need to start a new. Remember when I used to do the angel book, little books? I need to start a new angel book. Okay, so hi everybody coming in. I know I've missed a few of y'all. I know I have, but it's great to see everybody. I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're here. So, so we'll just do that for now. But this is going to be the prayer book right now for now. We need that. We always need that. And I've got a can. So I want to decorate my can. Ooh, that'd be pretty decorated with this. Ooh. Okay, I can cut that up. So I want to get a little bit of washi tape to put around the top of the can so that it won't cut my fingers. See if I can't find a green. Did I see green? Do I see green? I see green. That's green enough. Okay, we could use that. Um, Sometimes there might be a little Sharpie on your can, and a lot of times I have to take the pliers and press it down so that the Sharpie's not up, and I always like to put a little bit of tape around the edge like that, and fold it over the edge before I decorate a can. Safety first. And sometimes this tape is not very sticky, so sometimes you may need to add a little bit of glue. So I'm just going to go around the top of this with my glue stick to give it a little extra stickiness. Like that. Like that. And then we just fold this over the lid. We might have to wait for it to dry, but it'll dry eventually over the lip. Now I've done this all my life. It was always chicken noodle soup size. Chicken noodle soup cans. And we went through a case of chicken noodle soup every month. It was nothing for us to have chicken noodle soup for lunch, especially in the summertime. Okay, and then I get to use my papers, and I've got some other papers here that I've kind of trimmed up a little bit, left over from the other day's projects, but I'm going to use some of this one too. So I'll get my little paper cutter and cut me some of these. I like that a lot. That's probably more than enough. I got enough paper there to do more than one can. I'm sure of it. But I thought it would be cute to use a variety of greens since it's March. So, not till the 18th. March the 18th, she'll be down here. She's going on a cruise first. So, I've got my hot glue on, and I think I'm going to start off with the hot glue for a few pieces to get it going. And it's hot. The glue is hot. We can do something like this. So I'm going to switch over to white glue, this is half white glue and half tacky glue. I had a bottle of tacky glue that I poured in there that I thought I would like to use up. But anyway, when I used to do these when I was a kid, I would use yarn and make it psychedelic. And it was always a popular Mother's Day present and grandmother presents. Mm-hmm. It was. So we'll glue that down. This one's going to come over this way. And Mother would put the can by the phone or in the kitchen, where she always had a can of pens and pencils in the kitchen. Always, always, always. Like that. That almost made it around. So we're going to put several layers. We'll use a little piece for that. Like that. Like that. So it's coming along. So Carol's going to dinner. Okay. But for stamps, yeah, stamps would be cute. That would be a cute can. I've got another one over there. I'll get it out next week, and we'll do one with postage stamps. Okay, I'm on it. So let's get another piece. And we'll just do this. Like that. I need a short piece. So we'll put that one there. And I'll go over all of it with some varnish to seal it all down. Like that. And I've got, there's another piece here. Let's use some of this. Oh, I got it up there. I guess I'll use it down here. All right. We got that. 12 inches, almost went completely around. Just a little bit of a gap. But we'll cover it up. We got these polka dot ones. We can use those for cover-ups. Like that. It's going to be cute. I think it'll be cute. And I did buy me something. It's not here yet. It'll be here next week. I was watching Coloring View. She had some Posca pencils, Posca colored pencils, and I said, "Ooh, I'd like to have some of those." So I put them in my cart, and lo and behold, they got ordered. So I will be getting some Posca pencils. So I might need a can for my new pencils. So here we go. How about them apples? And we'll do a review on them. And one more down here, and I think I'm going to go with my homemade paper. Come on. So we'll put this on here to the bottom. Like that. And we'll use some of this. Yeah, I definitely have too much paper out. And it'll go to this end. Like that. So let's go over, see what else we want to put. I think I got it all. Now it would be cute to wrap some jute around this and make a little bow. No, I think that's fine just the way it is. I didn't need all of that. That's okay. We'll definitely put some, I got burlap. We could put some burlap around it. But I'm definitely going to be making more of this. Definitely. Oh, I can get my green book out, and all of this paper can go into the green book. That's what we'll do. We can save the green tape too. Okay. Cardan Ake pencils. CARAND Ake pencils. You have two of them, yeah. They're so creamy. They're luminous pencils. Okay, hi Patty. Hi Trey. Come on in. Good to see you. So I'm gonna, while this is still wet, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this stuff. I use this quite a bit. And I'll get my fan brush. And we'll just do one of these numbers. So, yeah, I'm squeezing the bottle. I'm in the bottle. Bottoms up. We like glue and paint and paper and scissors in here. For sure. I think I got it all. Good enough. Good enough. So we'll let that dry. 7 o'clock. I better get busy painting if I'm going to paint. So let's see if we can find something easy to paint. We want to get the green book out too. Let me get a piece of burlap. Okay. Get some burlap and some jute. So let's put this around. Can you believe it? I didn't make it big enough. Oh heavens to Betsy. Thought for sure I made enough. We'll have to put something there. We'll put something there. We'll lace it up like a vest. We'll do something. something. We'll make it upright. Is that going to hold it? I think it might. Okay. Nope, a little bit more. So here's what we'll do. I got a needle right here. And I'm going to use a darning needle. It's not too sharp. But it's got a big eye in it. And then I'll go back over here in my little sewing bag and look for something. I could use some of this. This is some wax thread that Teresa sent me, and she sent me the whole rainbow. And I've only used it one other time on a little book, but I'll be using it. I will be using it when I make the Victorian book that we're going to make a new. We're going to make a new vintage book pretty soon. Pretty soon. I'll say pretty soon. So let's see how this comes off. Like that. But this is pretty green. So we're going to get some of this. And it's probably, if I had to guess, it's waxy, but if I had to guess, it's probably something like embroidery thread that's waxed. Something of the like. So what we're going to do is we're going to stitch it together and make it like a vest. We're using our arting skills. So this will be the top, and then I can go exit down. Like that. And then I'll exit back up when we go back up. And it'll end up over here. And then we can tie a bow. So I better leave some up there, hadn't I? Mm-hmm. I got to leave a little bit up there. And I think I have enough. Well, I'm Butterfingers now. Butterfingers. So here we go. Like that. Like that. I've got glue all over my hands and fingers, and it makes it hard to hang on to the needle. It's slippery. Yeah, like a corset. Now, if it'd been any other craft day, or a day I didn't have time or to fool with it, I would go over there and cut a new piece and make it longer. But since we have time, I'm going to sew it. Makes it more meaningful. And I didn't think it was going to take this many stitches. I guess I've taken too many. But we'll make it. Just 2 more rows here. Hi, Margaret. So there's that. Now I got to go back up. I'm halfway done. Yeah, you could add a piece of fabric. Well, what I want to do is I've got I did the homemade stencil today. I did this, and so I've got a couple of strips over here of it, and I'm going to put it around here, around the belly with some more jute. So yes, I'm going to put some fabric or some more paper around it. That's what I'm going to do. So let me go back up. And of course, I didn't make it easy on myself at all. But we're going to go back up. And no, I'm not going to have enough green thread. I should have halved it down the middle the way you do when you tie your shoestrings on. So let's see if I can keep the thread on the needle. Okay, where did this one go? Here we go. Okay, plan B. Can't pull it too tight. It comes apart. Okay. It's giving me a hard time, and we'll take it. We're going to take it. Did I get in there? I did. So let's see if we can't try this again. And go over there. That's not going to work. I can tell you right now it's going to pull out. So we'll go over a little bit further. There we go. And we'll glue that part down. I'm going to have to glue it with a little bit of glue because I frayed the edge. Nobody will know the difference. It'll just be you and I using all of you guys. Okay. And then we're going to go here and here. It's going to look more like a Frankenstein stitch. Is what it reminds me of. But I think we're going to make it now. Over there. Like that. And then this one is going to be this way. And then we can tie a bow. Maybe. We might just tie it in a knot. We're going to tie it in a knot. For good measure. And then we'll tie a bow with the jute. But we've got it stitched up nice. So we'll leave it like that. And I am going to add a little reinforcement with the glue gun so that it won't come apart. So we'll just leave it like that. So there's our stitching. Don't look, don't judge, no judging. Looks like a kindergarten did it. Mm-hmm. So then we'll go put some of this. And I think I'm going to go around this way and put the bow on. We could put the bow on both sides. Like that. Hi, Jessie. Come on in. We're decorating the can. Yeah, I thought I had another piece. Yeah, we're playing with our cans tonight. Don't tell Dana. Oh, she'll have a fit. But this can's been in this room for months. It's not like it was just put in here. It's been in here a long time. So hopefully, and the other one I have over here that needs to be decorated, it's been in here a long time too, and it's got stuff in it. It's got stuff in it. Like that. And then we're going to wrap this around. If I don't get it all tethered up in a knot. Let's see how we can do this. Here's the other end. So what we're going to do is we can go ahead and tie a bow. Well, hi, Brian. Howdy do. Come on in. We're decorating a can. You can do this for your room, Brian. If you need a pencil holder or a paintbrush holder, you can decorate a can. Ask the girls in the kitchen to save you a little can, because I know they get everything in the big cans, but they might get this size cans from time to time. So we got this tied in a knot like this. And we're going to cut that there. And then we're going to take the rest of the stuff and we'll glue it down a little bit right there, and we'll go around with the jute. And we're going to go around and around and around and around. till it ends. Round she goes, where she stops, nobody'll know. And we'll glue this down. Just like that. And then we'll find, this is where we did the lacy up, and we're going to put the bow right there. Would that be all right to put the bow on this side of the shenanigans going on over here? A dot of glue and a bow. Okay, we just got finished doing ATCs. So the next swap that we are doing is going to be, I don't remember. Oh, April. April is going to be animals. That'd be something we could do tonight. So anyway, there's my can. And that's all I'm going to do to it till we get my new pencils. So you can always dress up your cans. Like this one here, I just did it in blue paper, magazine paper. And that's what that can is. And all of my cans are decorated. Okay, so we're going to do April is animals. So I'm going to try to do, is it hybrid animals? Where you get two animals and they're mixed together. Yeah, don't kick the can. And it'll be fun. So I've got a couple of animal magazines over here. So let's get the book out and get some animals. And see if we can come up with a new animal. And when we were doing the scavenger hunt, we had a giraffe. I loved it. It was half cheetah and half giraffe. And it was a giraffe. So that's how that game works. So what I'm thinking is if I find an animals, gosh, that's a fox. A Nordic fox. Sure is. Arctic fox. Seals. This is a travel magazine, and they usually have animals in here. We got a scuba diver. There's a part of a whale. We have a sloth. He might work for an animal. This is for April. And then there's a parrot. Okay. And I've got another book that will be perfect for this project. Looky here. This is an encyclopedia. I've had it for a little while. Secondhand store or yard sale or something. So we could find, and what I want to do is to put it on cardstock, glue them, get them together, and then put it on a cardstock like a paper doll. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, you could use stickers. So we're going to try to find some animal faces. And I've been in this book before. I've used this book. We got bears. That might work. So you can put the bear face on the bird. I wouldn't want to be waking up with that in my face. And this is a kangaroo. And there's a bat. Bats in the belfry. And a monkey. See, we could put the kangaroo head on the monkey and make it a kangaroo monkey. A kangaroo, a monk, a monkaroo, monkey-roo. It would be a monkey-roo. Or vice versa, the monkey head on the kangaroo. Or both. We could do both. Okay, let's try that. I'm easy to get along with. A monkey-roo. A monkey-roo. I like that. We could do two. More monkeys. This looks like a lemur here. Yeah, there's a lemur. And these little mice. Rodents of the world. Beavers. A dolphin. Got to kind of have the body and the head so we could use one or the other. A wolf and foxes. My little Abby had a foxy face. She had that look on her. There's another bear. We got one bear. Let's see what we can make with just this much. We can so what I want to do is cut out, I think I want his head. And after I get these glued together, I'll put it on a piece of black cardstock. So there, and then the kangaroo, monkey-roo. It's a monk-roo, a monk-roo, a monk-roo. And then I take this head and put it on this monkey. And have two of them. A roo monk, a rookie. You all have to help me with the names. But this is our trade for April, is animals. Now we're going to do hybrids, but if you don't think that you would like to do hybrids, you can still do the trade with just an animal, any kind of animal. If you want to just cut out an animal, you could draw an animal, coloring book style, and go that route if you feel like you need to. We'll make it, I like to make it easy for everybody. Uh, so we're just, in the beginning stages of April. We have uh, the ATC swaps should be already in the mail. Well, they have till the 15th to get them in the mail. So hopefully everybody will have them in the mail. We've been having good results lately. So he's going to be on there like that. Hi, Sherry. So what do y'all think? Do you like the monkey roo? So he's looking down at the baby. So there is your animal for April. What are you going to come up with? What will you think? What will you find? And it's just as easy as that. So I've got the kangaroo head from the kangaroo, and I'm going to put it on this monkey, and I'll have two. Like that. And I don't think I want any more of them. So we get the kangaroo head and put it on here. You see? A kangamonk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down on some black paper to make them thicker. And you can do anything you want with yours, but this is just what I came up with offhand. And then on the back of the card, I will write the kangamonk and the monkey roo. How about that? That's what I think would look good. Okay. We'll put him on here. And it'd probably be easier if I had not cut it all the way out, but that's okay. We'll manage. Yeah, it's funny. I think it's hilarious. We might not get to our painting tonight if we keep this up. And then the other one, I'm going to put it on here too. Yep, it's going on there too. Like that. Going over this way. Getting glue all over my hands. Yeah, it is different. But it's like paper dolls, animal dolls. So there's two, and I will not real sure, but I think it's like this. Like that. Isn't it funny? It is. It's funny. Like that. And I did get me some new white pens that actually work for me. I live in Florida, and those jelly pens, they don't work very good down here. It's something about the humidity or something, but I cannot get them to work to write for me. I don't know if it's too dry or what the deal is, but I'm blaming it on the weather. So there's the other one. Okay. So these new pens I have are called Panda Fly white gel pens. Panda Fly, and they are acrylic. So let's see. This one's going to be the Kangamunk with the kangaroo head. The Kangamunk, and it's just going to be for April 2026 swap animals. And by Beth. Anything else I need to put on there? Kangamunk. So didn't that look good writing on the black? And then this will be the Munkaroo. Okay? All right, I wrote swap on one and a trade on another. But there's two. So that's going to be for April. If anybody wants to sign up for that, you can just tell me how many partners you want to have, and we have to send at least one animal per partner. So if you make up several, then you can have several partners. And then you can add a little bit of Happy Mail in your envelope as well, which just 2 or 3 pieces of ephemera. And one envelope, one stamp. And I'm hoping, well, if you make them big enough, if you make them to fit your envelopes, then you can have this size. This one will fit in here, but this one, oh, it'll fit in there too. So you can have this size envelope, business size envelopes. Good. I planned that well, didn't I? I planned that so well. My mother would say that. Didn't I just plan that? So here we have, what else we got over here? Oh, I took the monkey. Don't think I need that. But we got a parrot. We could do a parrot with a bear on its head. A barret? Would that be a barret? A barret. He's not big enough. I'll find something else. A barret. I like that. And we have a sloth. A slothit. I like barret really well. I like sloth. So I could cut the tail out here. When I was young, in my 20s, I collected parrots. Anything with a parrot on it, I had it. Those were the days. So let's cut his wings like that. There's the parrot, and I would cut him off here. Let's see where the bear is. Can I do a barret? I won't do it. Been better if he was looking the other way, but we'll manage. Oh, Margaret wants 2 people. Okay. Start collecting your animals. I think it's funny. See if we can use the rest of this. Perfect. It was meant to be. Did Brian say he was going to play? Does he need any I'm sure he can find magazines. Colleen's going to play. She's already down. I put her down the other day. So we got plenty of time to work on this, and I'll be working on them. I'll be making a few, and I'll put this in here so we'll know to look at them. A barret. I could put a thread on the top of his head so that you could hang him. I think it's just as fun to make up the names. All right, there's our Barrett. So that's all I'm going to do that. We'll move on. We'll get into the 365 books and see how long, and I'll save him for next time. Should I just put a hyphen ET, a Barrett, or IT? Barrett. OT. RROT. Okay, I can do that. I corrected it and you can't even tell I made a mess. That's good. Okay. Alrighty. So, let's go for the nature book. We're going to get the nature book out and do a page. If you all want to pick a page between 1 and 365, I will do it. Oh, I still have the parrot head. I'll save him too. He's a little guy, but he might go on somebody else's head. We'll save it. All right, 92 and 72. Well, we might do both. Let's see. We might have time to do both. Okay, 92. All right, this is going to be so much fun. This is going to be super fun. It is color the grid. The grid. How would you color that grid? Color the grid. And I'm going to put this in the front too when we got the book. And I got this book used, gently used, from Thrift Books. And there are like the first few pages were drawn on. And there's just a few little things on here that are done up. And these were the X's. There were 2 things that were done in this book. The other book had about 10 or 11 things, and they decided. I think they did this one too. But we could still do those. We might go over them and add to it. So, but anyway, tonight we'll do the grid. This will be cute. We get to make the birds. Okay. So let's get this put away and this put up and this put up. Okay. What color would you like for me to use first? And I'm going to go ahead and use my old brush markers because I'd like to get them used up. Shall we just we could do the red, orange, yellow Roy G. Biv. We could do Roy G. Biv if you wanted to. These are not the brush pens. Wonder what I did with the brush. Oh, I donated the brush pens to my nephew. Yay! These are felt tip pens I'm looking at right there. But we can use these. This is going to be the nature, or I'm sorry, the days of art. There are several of these books, and it really doesn't matter which one you get. Uh, you can always do this in your art book without having the book. But Days of Art is the blue one. I got it for half price. So, let me get over here. Let me get over here. Oh, I was going to get the green book out. We still might have time to get the green book out. So let's go with Roy G. Biv. Roy. I don't know if that's orange or red. I was looking for red. This one's more red. Y. G. And then I go blue, purple, and pink, isn't it? Isn't that how we do it? Indigo and violet. But somehow I don't know the difference between the blue and the indigo. But we'll try these first. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the boxes, and I've got a fine tip and a paint tip. So I'm just going to pick a square and color it. Now I can go in straight in a row, or I can mix it all up and do about 5 or 6 of these and mix them up. That's what we're doing. Okay, there's the red one. So let's try the orange. And we'll go in a different spot. Okay, I like that. Put a couple extras in there. So let's do the yellow. And we got to go up to the front of the book to mark off 92. All right. Put an extra one there. And one there. Okay. Now we're going to do green. Am I putting y'all to sleep? Nothing like watching paint dry, huh? Okay. Do a couple little extra ones. I think we'll have plenty left over. We can still work it out. So here we gotta have blue, and I can go with a lighter colors, light blues and light yellows and oranges and stuff. Sure can. I really like these acrylic paint markers. I highly recommend these. Highly. They are top drawer. Just saying. Just to let you know. One there. There. And one there. And blue one here. There. It's looking pretty colorful. I got them on Amazon. These are just it's a fine tip and a brush tip, and they're called acrylic markers. And I got them on Amazon, and I don't have the box, but they're paint, and they kind of cover up ink. And I'll give you a demonstration. There was some fine print on here. the grid, the word grid is under the orange, and you can sort of see how it kind of covered up the black quite a bit. And I think you could probably do layers and blend these and things like that. You'd have to play with them, but we did the green, we did the blue. Now we're going to do purple and pink. And we still need a few more colors. So we'll just do this one here. They're very juicy. And maybe I can get by with just maybe with one more color. Purple. And but I really like them. And they're fun to color with and do the painting instead of with my other paint. I've been kind of using these instead of painting with my paint. It's true mixed media. So there's purple. Down here. And I think I will go ahead and pick a couple more shades. I got pink left to do. And I can go with a lighter, a light blue, a light purple would be okay. A turquoisey blue maybe. And a lighter pink, like this one, cotton candy. And see, I might need one more, maybe a lighter green, like a lime green. Let's see if these will work. So there. Okay. And I can't tell. Yeah, I think I'm on the right side. Pink. And pink. Okay. Okay, I got pink on every row. So let's go with the lighter pink. And there, and there. It's a grid of many colors. A grid of many colors. And we got the blue, and we're filling in the blanks. I'll have to put the date back on there because I've covered it up. I can put it back on top. We got light green. Blue. And blue. And blue. Blue. And then we can go with the green. Like that. And I think the rest will go with green. See how it works. And then somebody else said 72. So we'll go over here and see what 72 says. Green. And right there. So there's my grid. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty quilt. So let's go over here. Let me put the date back on this one. I covered it up, and those markers that covered it up. And what's going on here? What's going on? It's fighting me. There we go. That's better. So 72 is another one. 82, 72. Woohoo! Color in or design a pattern. Well, let's design a pattern. What should we do? So what should we do? A Christmas tree? We can do a rainbow tree. We can do a palm tree. Okay. Oh, Ellen's on board. All right. I'm going to go up front while we're here. There's another one up here. There's another one, color or create a pattern. They've got this in color or design a pattern. What's the difference between create and designing? Your guess is as good as mine. There's a couple of repeat things in here, but you know, that's okay. 72 and 92. So let's see, what should we make? Whatever you like. I know. You all might get sick of me and my palm trees. And I'm going to continue to use these markers. And this we do a Christmas tree, a repeating pattern. Okay. Well, oops, I lost the lid to that one. It's in the can somewhere. Hope it comes out. I'm going to have to pull all of these out just to find the lid. Aren't I? Heavens to Betsy. What am I like? I like to put paper in the bottom of my cans. I'm just being real good about snapping the lids back on. I was. Here it is. Found it. And I can leave a few of these out. I might just go ahead and start using them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I've got these other pencils and pens that can go in another can over here. That way this can won't be so crowded. Black and white. Alright, let's try all of these. And we'll start with the blue one first since the lid's off of it. So if we're going to do a tree, shall I do it with diamonds? Let's start with a diamond in the middle, like this. Okay. And then we're going to use another layer. And the layer is going to be like this. And then this. And we will do like triangles. And I don't think there's an upside down triangle. I don't think they say a triangle has to be with the point up. This point's going to be down. So there's our part of our tree. And then here's a yellow one. So this one's going to be like this. And this one will be like this. I'm working hard tonight. Hi, Zippy. Come on in. So this one will be this direction. We are designing a Christmas tree. A rainbow Christmas tree. Did I use pink? Here's red. We're working in the 365 book. 365 Days of Art. And let me get some other colors out that we haven't used. Another orange. And brown would be okay. And this would be okay for these. So we've been having fun tonight. We made marble paper. Zippity. We made marble paper. Do you know how to make marble paper? We did. We should have used that marble paper for this. We could have. It's all right. Never heard of it? Woo, baby. You'll have to go back and watch the rewind. Guys, tell her what she's missing. Tell her what she is missing. Oops, sorry. You're missing it. You're not missing anything, Marty? Oh, come on, Marty. You know you love my marble paper. I had to find my marbles, which I did. I found them. And let's go with this one. How big are we going to make this tree? I think we'll do one more row and then we can quit. Marty's teasing. I know you are, Marty. It was just one of those, childhood memories that I did. Oh, really, Zippity? Oh, well, good for you. Good for you. You've been internet free today. That's good. I'm on it 24/7. I'm on it in my sleep. So we can use this green one here, and maybe we could get another yellow one in there, and another limey green in there, and another red one, different red. So on this row, we're going to start with the down. And see about making the bottom of our tree with this. It would have been cute with just red and green. That would have been cute. Maybe we'll do that another day. So let's do this green one over here. Like that. And we don't have a purple in here, I don't think. That's purple, I guess. How about another pink? This one's kind of a peachy. Light pink. Okay. And maybe a light purple. So then we just have to paint a base for the base. We've got gold and silver and gray, uh, a, a, a different blue. Let's see how many we need for this for the base. So we'll start with this middle one. We'll start with that one and use a gray. And we want to do, how do we want to do it? This is silver. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. And that's our base. There's our tree. Is that good enough, Ellen? And they dry pretty fast. And it's rough like paint, like the acrylic paint. And then I can take the black one and go around the edge of the tree. Ta-da! I like it. I like it a lot. Now we put all these back in my can. Like that. I dated it and I'll take a picture of it. Now I just need to take some pictures. Let's see, I think Joe's got my phone. I'll have to do it later. So I've got 15 minutes and I'm going to get my green book out. And I've got some green paper to use in the green book. So I just have to push my drawer in. And I found some of this paper here. This is good to make snippets on. Paper snippets. So let's see where the green book is. I think it's right on top. Is this the green book? I think it is. I've already started it. It's got stuff in it already. So this is the green book, and I've got some green leftover paper. And let's see, I could put a few things in the drawer while it's open. And I got a space down in there. Put some of my napkin books in there. And I can put another one of these drawing books in there. I need to put the date in this one too. Let's see if I can find the date. The date thingy dingy. Okay. I just need another date. So I'll know when I bought this book. And this one I got used as well. And there's a few that are marked off. And we did 106 in this one already. So, but the few that are in the front, we can go over them and see and give them a grade. So they might get an A+ for their work. And we want to thank them for putting their book on sale so that I could get it half off. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So here's the green book, and let's see if I put a starting date on this. It's a Reader's Digest, and it's got like short stories in it, condensed short stories, and I tear out every so many pages. I tear them out. I tear out 2 or 3 pages, so that and then I make some pockets. I also did this. This was last year's ATC swap for 23, March of 23. So I can as I get ATCs in, I can be putting them in here and make some more pockets. And I've got the paper to do it with. So, but this is the can we did earlier. For those of you that missed it, we covered a can and we put paper down, then we put burlap down, and then we put another strip of paper and some more jute, and we sewed it up. We sewed it up like a corset. And those are going to hold my new pins when they come in. Yeah, it's funny, we did this at St. Patrick's Day too, in 23. So that's cute. That's good. So I've got some paper and I've also got some tape that I could be using around here. To decorate my book. Like that. There's another pocket over here. That's cute to do on the pockets. Breaks it up a little bit. Like that. Like that. So we'll do this a few minutes and then it'll be almost time to go. So gluing in the green book. This is how you do it. And I have used other green things in here. This was a card. It's got a little tuck spot there. It's got a love note in it. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. What a nice message. There's another ATC, and it's got a little dangle on it. I think this was Teresa's. Yep. She put me little fishies on the ends of them. Isn't that cute? They're beads. They're little beads. He lives right there. So you just kind of look through here and find something that needs green. And I've got some paper over here. And we could put this on the edge. Like that. I love this stencil paper that we made earlier today. We made that today too. If you haven't seen that, you need to go back and watch and see how I did my paper, my stencil paper. Here's a bigger piece of it. I used it one stencil and I did the green layer and then I moved it and did the brown layer. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. If we did that every day and we did colors, then we can use all of the books that I have, my color books. Speaking of color, Becca, Create with Becca, she and Gigi are doing a year of color, and they're picking a color once a week. And I think they've got a prompt word that they're using, and then they make a page. Look, there's a Texas page. All we have to do is trim it in green. And then it'll be in the green book. That's what I'm saying. Add a little green to the page. And it fits right in the book. It's one of the stories. We'll just do this one here. And then this one here. Like that. Something green. There's something green on every page. Here's a piece of green paper. It's green. Here's some fabric and another ATC card, some more ACT cards. So we could take we got some of these guys. We could put these down. Like that. And like that. Just fits. Perfect. Green cactus. All right. All right, Zippity. I accept that challenge. I'm accepting that challenge. So we got to go up like this. And this one goes out and down. And then this one goes up and down. I know you can't see that very well, but I'm going to outline it again in another green. Okay. And I'm going over top of it again a little bit, and it's covering up a little bit more of the black with the second coat. Then we'll get another green too. Oh, the blue bonnets are blooming, are they? But they're purple. We can make some blue bonnets too. So let's use our fine tip, and we're going to make some stickers. Like that. And that looks pretty good. So we'll get another darker one. And can you see it pretty good? Do I need to outline it? Okay. So there's a cactus. Okay. So let's see if we can do a little blue bonnet. It's not the right shade, but it'll do in a pinch. Little blue bonnets, and let's see if I do a two-tone. And a green for the and we'll make him some grass. So there's our cactus and our blue bonnets. So that's all really I have time for tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and quit, and we'll take this up again next on Saturday. We can finish the green book, and we'll definitely do a painting. We'll start off with a painting next time, and get a painting in. But we did good with. Let me show you what we started off with. We started off with this page, and I made a stencil and showed you all how I did this background. And this came from Brenda. If anybody sees Brenda, her hidden pocket made it to my book, and that's what we did the other day on Tuesday. That was a lot of fun. So leave it. Leave it. Yes, I'm going to leave it all here, and then we'll come back to it Saturday, and we'll do some more. And since we're still in March, and it's still St. Patty Day is coming up on the 17th, we can still do some more St. Patty Day pictures and things. So, with that being said, I'm going to say good night and thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me. Good night, everybody.